finance
Okay.
and corrupt and non-corrupt.
Okay. Rashid, let me bring you in and then I'll go back to the politicians for their final comments. There is a plan, that's what the Congress has unveiled today, but this is also coming at a time when there is buzz that Rahul Gandhi has opted out of the presidential elections, the internal organizational elections, and there could be a non-Gandhi as at the helm. The question then is Rahul Gandhi a yatri in this yatra, or is he the one leading it?
Yes, Mari, I think Rahul Gandhi is proving to be a very unconventional politician. Remember, job of a political party is in a parliamentary democracy is to win elections. At a time, as you rightly pointed out in opening remarks, when there is a kind of battle for Gujarat is getting up and battle for Himachal Pradesh is there, and he is going for this yatra. And most of these things are being outsourced. You look at that involvement of, civil rights group. Yogendra Yadav ji is playing a very important role. Apparently, he's just, planning that whole Rahul Gandhi. The many, creative groups which are not known for political campaigns. There is a company called Teen Bandar. They are being drafted in. There is going to be a caravan kind of tent for Rahul Gandhi for 125 days. So all these things are going to cost a lot of money when there is a resource crunch. So it's all question of priorities also. And at the same time, it will be very difficult for a non-Gandhi to head the Congress, because remember, there are three Gandhis who are there: Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi. So in terms of functional relationship, it's going to create a lot of problem. My understanding is, Maria, that Rahul Gandhi is looking for electoral success, which is not to be seen. Therefore, he's going on this abstract things like Bharat Jodo Yatra, etc. And he's assisted by another utopian person, or like Yogendra Yadav.
Okay, so you are saying that this is an abstract idea. Then if it doesn't yield electoral dividends, and when the priority of any political party would be immediate election, which is the two states that are going to polls, Gujarat and Himachal, then what will this really achieve? Rashid?
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. So
what is the end game here?
Precisely. So the end game is, you cannot quantify
3,500 kilometers. What will the Congress achieve?
No, but he's going to walk, 25 kilometers a day, and there are going to be a lot of, problems. That is what I'm saying. You cannot quantify a success of Yatra. He's being apparently told that, Chandrasekhar did his Yatra, and Rajshekhar Reddy did this Yatra, and they became, kind of Prime Minister and Chief Minister respectively. But India has changed. There is Narendra Modi, and that earlier debate I was watching, there are many issues of polarization, etc., which are confronting. The Congress has an ostrich-like approach. It doesn't want to address that. It gets into, shield behind a kind of yatra. That's what I'm saying. It is a typical left liberal kind of narrative, which actually doesn't dealing with people. What is preventing Rahul Gandhi from winning support of masses in electoral politics?
Okay, so Rohan Gupta, this is an ostrich-like approach, and yet another example of Congress party's disconnect with ground realities.
Absolutely not, Maria. If we see Congress party, it has been party of movement, whether it is freedom fight, whether it is Bharat Chodo. The Congress has emerged out of these yatras only, these movements only. And this is going to be one such movement where the hatred is going to be over. I disagree with my friend Rashid Bhai here. Generally, his comments are, balanced. But this time, I think Congress is working hard. And you will see that the narrative is going to change. The only narrative BJP is thriving today is all about hatred. The day this narrative goes, BJP will be over.
But Rohan, again, I want to bring that in as someone who has covered multiple elections from the ground. That is not only the only issue that you hear on the ground. You hear people who vote for the BJP talk about welfareism. Does the Congress have a plan to counter that narrative rather than just being focused on communal polarization?
See, welfareism, if you talk about welfareism, if you compare the Congress governments, they are much ahead. Let me have debate on welfareism if Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh governments are concerned. The benefits have reached to people more in our two governments. So we are ready to, we welcome those debates. But when you talk about welfareism, now our PM tells these things as reveries now. So I think BJP is caught somewhere. When they offer something, it is not Revdi. When anybody else offers, it is Revdi. So now they are confused. And again, I am telling you, Maria, if the core narrative is changed, only thing where BJP is getting saved is this polarization politics. The day it stops, BJP is going to be over.
20 seconds for you, Tuhin, and then I'll give the final words to Rashid.
Well, as Rashid Bhai very clearly mentioned, the whole idea of this yatra is very abstract. What is Bharat Jodo today? Har Ghar Tiranga was Bharat Jodo. In 3 days, the response was overwhelming. It reminded people of the pre-independence days. So we have attained that in 3 days. And what Rahul Gandhi will attain in these several weeks would be, some irresponsible statements like blaming us for not democracy being weak, when actually not, having the answers for the National Herald case. So I think nothing is going to come out of it. We have we have attained Bharat Jodo in the last 8 years, and the only thing which Rahul Gandhi can achieve by this yatra is, to spoil that environment.
Okay,